This is Johnny Phillips with the Junior Achievement of New Jersey, where we prepare students to succeed in the global economy.
Hello, this is Orit Alon. I work as a financial solutions advisor for Bank of America and Merrill.
Orit, thank you for taking the time to share some insight with me today. I really appreciate your presence. So to start, would you mind sharing your job story, meaning any jobs you've done in the past, and how that correlates to any job you do with the role you're in currently?
Sure, I'll be happy to. So, in my background, after graduating high school, I joined the military since I was born and raised in Israel, and all teenagers need to join the military after they graduate high school. So that's what I did. And I was selected to be a social worker for soldiers. And this position highly affected my career path because after 2 years of working with different people, supporting different soldiers from different backgrounds, different cultures, I got more skills to connect with people, listen to people that I talk with, and get a better understanding of how they feel and how with my tools, how can I support them in order to make their lives better and be more loyal and have a better chance of serving in the military in the best way they can. I took these skills that I acquired through the military into my career path, and I decided that I like to work with people, but I would like to combine it also with my passion for numbers. So, and in high school, I took like the higher math classes, and joining the Army and having this kind of understanding made me feel that I would like to combine these two. So I picked the banking industry. I was working for an Israeli bank. I joined their leadership training and went through different leadership roles.
Mm-hmm.
And after we moved to the U.S., I joined a smaller bank, but I always wanted to join Bank of America. I really wanted to join a leading bank within the U.S. And when I had the opportunity, I took their relationship manager role, and a few months after, joined their program for financial advisors. And since then, I work as a financial solutions advisor in order to support clients to achieve their financial goals and eventually affect them to have a better life.
Thank you for sharing that. That's some pretty unique background and insight into using your public service to develop an interest in working with people, but also recognizing your passion for numbers and wanting to work with money or in math. So being that you mentioned that, would you mind explaining your education path a little bit and how that might have propelled your career path?
Definitely. Again, I was looking for a learning opportunity that will leverage both my passions for math and for working with people. So my undergrad, I took more of the professional side. I graduated economics I have an undergrad in economics as my undergrad. And I continue for my business education on my master's degree and completed a master's in business administration. So the focus was on leadership, was on the larger scope of the business world. So that's where I wanted to be in and have the right academic tools to leverage my personal beliefs and personal passion for my career to progress.
Mhm. I like the word you use, leverage. I think a lot of times, especially in America, we think a college degree is absolutely necessary in order to get to where we want. But you can leverage your interest and your passion by getting a degree and going ahead and saying that you want to do certain things. So thank you for sharing that. I do want to touch on your path as an American immigrant and anything that you might have learned and any skills that you might have acquired through that path, you, your family, and what you learned in that time coming to this country.
So, making the decision to move to the U.S. was a big step for us, not only on the personal side, but also from a family perspective. My husband got a very exciting opportunity to move to one of the largest companies in the U.S. and lead a big organization. So we thought it would be a great opportunity, not only for him, but also for us. For the kids, of course, didn't see it as we saw it as parents, but if you look on the long term, they truly appreciate the tools that they acquire through this move. Not only that they have friends in different countries, they also know their strengths. They know the power that they acquired through this move, that they can not tolerate, but they can accommodate. They have the agility to join and be proactive in managing their lives.
Mm.
Even if they move to a new school, they have this power. They know that they gain new friends. They don't have to only stick to one person or the other. They have the ability now they've trained on it, right? They had to look for new friends, to be part of the school, the new school rules, the new school environment that they need to adhere to.
Mm-hmm.
And this learning provide them with a lot of tools to be more accommodate, the agility in their heart to believe that they can do different things as long as they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and going back to my perspective, that's exactly the leverage that I wanted to do with the tools that I acquired early in my life after graduating high school and working in a banking environment in a different country, taking these skills and translating them to a new environment, to the U.S. And I'm glad to tell you that this process led all of us to be even closer one to each other,
Mm-hmm.
support the family. All of us believe that it's very, very important, and now even more. You stand up for each other,
Okay.
and once you have somebody to share your personal story in a family environment, it makes it much easier to accommodate. You learn to talk more, so the family members can support you, and that's what we do. It's very important for us. For example, on the dinner table, for each of us to talk about the day,
Mm-hmm.
and see what could you share, what challenges did you face today, and take it from there.
Hmm. That's some really powerful ideas there, right? So the idea that moving from another country shows you that anything is possible, right? You just made a big move. I can do anything that I need to do in order to succeed. I can join this group. I can make friends with people from different cultures. I can pursue any job that I want. But also the idea that everyone who's a part of that move and in your family is also experiencing it in a different way. And you guys can help each other grow and move through that by your own personal experiences, but experiencing the same thing. That's really relatable to a lot of families and a lot of people who are going through a move and having to learn a second language or worrying about what they're going to do. You can help each other and you guys can kind of band together and form a strong unit and move forward that way. Thank you very much for sharing that, Orit. That's really, really powerful. And to end off, if you can go back and give your younger self any piece of advice, what would you go back and say?
Um, the first thing is to listen. Listen to what people around you talk with you. What do they say? How do they say it? And then process what you've heard and ask questions. In order to be more knowledgeable, whether it's in a school environment or in a work environment or even in a social environment, asking questions is extremely important in order to accelerate your skills. Because once you listen, you learn a lot, you gain more knowledge, and you can translate this knowledge into success. And I truly believe that in a classroom, you need to ask questions if you don't believe what was explained. At the workspace, do the same. If a process is not clear or you would like to learn more about it, ask questions. And if this person doesn't explain it well to you, ask somebody else. But be persistent. And once being persistent and believe that in your core capabilities, you can achieve what you would like to accomplish in your life and make the most out of it, which this is pretty much what everyone wants to have, right? A good life, to make the most out of what you have.
Right. So listening to learn. That's
Correct.
the best way to go about, finding out new information and finding out more about what interests you and what you like. And that's really, really good advice. So, Orit, thank you for sharing that. I want to thank you again for taking the time to share some insight with me. We say your time is one of the most valuable things you can give. So from Junior Achievement, we really do appreciate you. Happy holidays, and we look forward to working with you again in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and I'm glad for the opportunity. Have a great, happy holidays.